Hi guys, so I have a request. This one is going to be in English. It's regarding the show Family Karma, and I've got the actors of Brian Regine Benni, and Monica Vaswani. Um, Again, I've never watched the show, so I'm going to pull what I can based on the information that was given to me. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share the video. I'm going to ask a favor for all of you, all the ones who are watching these requests, okay? Please go ahead and watch my other videos and give it a thumbs up, please, to help support the channel, okay? Those PayPal donations, thank you very much. I do appreciate them. So remember that the PayPal donation link is up. Don't forget also, for the personal readings, please don't, email me. I think someone recently from the channel had a reading with me and can see pretty much how detailed I go into. So let's start with this request here. So again, all I ask you guys is to help support my other videos that I do post on the channel. My mission of my channel is to help people personally, not as much focus on artists. So I don't mind once in a while doing these, but what I will ask you is to help support the other interactive videos that I put, okay, by giving it a thumbs up and helping me with the views, okay? So the first one we're talking about, Brian Benni. So let me see what I can pull out. I have Brian Regine Benni. His soul print mission is about learning in this life. He's a 7, which means he has a lot of lessons that he has to learn in this life. And he has to study, and he has to constantly... He's a person who gets bored very easily, so he has that craving for constant knowledge, because that's what his soul craves. That's what he was here to learn. And these type of missions, they can be schooling, they can be learning from other people, it can be spiritual learning, or it could just be book learning. Okay, whatever it is, he has to constantly learn something. So his life lessons are always going to be somewhat challenging, because he has to learn. He's got a lot of lessons to learn on this one. Now, his karmic lesson for this year has been actually really... We have 28101. So it's been a little bit challenging 2020 for him, along with everything going on, in the sense of 2 is the number of relationships. Now, so and 8 is the financial number, which means this was a year for him to learn to get his finances together or grow financially, or he was just impulsive spending too much in the negative. 2, also, it's either he was getting along with people or he wasn't. But here's the problem. He had a lot to learn about himself this year. 1, 0 reinforced by 1. So in a way, he had to learn what's important for him. So he was kind of a little bit selfish for a while. Okay, a little selfish, a little greedy. Now, because he's in October, he already started this energy at the end of last year, which would have been around August, September. So there was a little selfishness, okay? And again, I don't watch the show, so I can't really tell you. It was like, I want to focus on myself, or in the negative, he was too clingy to people. He was attached to too many people. So it's positive and negative energy, remember, okay? But on the other hand, he had to learn about himself. He had to learn what was more what's important for him, okay? Not as much others. So some people may see that selfish, but there was a reason for that. So now it's a time for him to start going. Now, it's already October, so he started with the new year energy already, which is 2/9/11/2021, year 2021. Okay, I'm not talking about age here. Please remember that. I'm talking about karmic cycles here, okay? So this lesson that he has coming up is again with relationships, okay? 9 is the number of letting go, which means he probably has to let go of a lot of bad habits. It could be the fact that he has to let go of, because it's still the transition of this year, he's letting go of his selfish energy. And 11 is a spiritual number, which means he's getting in more connection 11. So whatever's not good for him individually, he's going to have to start letting go of bad habits, bad situations, and working more on relationships with others. So this is why he might be, I think in the email it mentions something about him possibly settling down. We're going to ask some questions as this goes, but I'm trying to read everything for everyone. Now, 20, so he's going to have a hard, very emotional year for 2021, because he's got spiritual lessons to learn, and things may be taken from him, but it also may mean that he may be cleaning house and getting rid of a lot of things that are not good for him, and it also may be getting rid of people that really were not good for him as well. Okay, 2022 though will be an interesting year because it's gonna be his most creative year. It's going to be a year, very artistic year for him. So expect a lot from him in 2022 because he's 3-0 reinforced by 3. So he's going to be in a very creative streak. So don't be surprised if he comes up with something on his own, okay? Not just following shows or doing whatever. He may end up doing something on his own in 2022, okay? Because he's going to have that creativity strike. Now, she says that... They said that Brian Benni is currently dating Monica Bella Shaw. That she is a doctor. Okay. So Monica is well, Monica in a way is good for him. She's very independent. She's a 145, which means she's a very vocal person. Okay. She's very expressive, which means she can have a hell of a temper too, because the 5, remember, very expressive, very vocal, very much. She's a 1, which means she's very individual person, which means she knows what she wants for herself. She's very determined. She's very independent. 4 is the number of discipline, okay, which if she's a doctor, that means everything has to be in order. She's very strict. She's very disciplined. She's very... You get that point. 5 makes her expressive to be able to talk to people, but 4, also remember, is sometimes the negative can be procrastination, but it can also be numbers of addictions. It could be, some laziness, okay? But being a doctor, you really can't do that. But 5 can be that I have a feeling she's a very strict person with these combinations, okay? Now, I don't know what her name of birth is, but this is the personality that I'm getting based on the name of Monica Bella Shaw that I got. So, the one question, let's go ahead and ask the cards on this one. We will ask next, after this, I will explain Monica Vaswani, and I guess she's Rishi Karam Shandani, and I'm sorry I cannot pronounce all these names. I'm doing the best I can. So, the question for Brian Benni and Monica Bella Shaw, what's the overall energy regarding their relationship? The overall outcome, will the relationship last? Do I see marriage in their future? Okay, so let's go with what is the current relationship between Dr. Monica Bella Shaw and Brian Benni? All right. Let's ask, what's the overall energy? That card. Wow. Well, it's a financial convenience right now, to be honest with you. They're both very, very independent, strong people. Very independent, strong people. They each have their own personality. It's kind of like, you see kind of their back-to-back. I want to say they're both kind of stubborn. Okay? So, the fact that each one of them is kind of independent with one of the other is what they like about it. They both like to work hard. They're both hard workers. They both are very work harders. They are both very family-oriented, believe it or not. And right now, this relationship is more about financial convenience. Quite frankly. That's what the overall energy is. Okay? So the next question for them was overall outcome. Will the relationship will the relationship last? I will tell you, she's definitely the one controlling the relationship. That card just came out. Overall outcome. Will the relationship last? Do I see marriage in the future? Okay. Will the relationship last? And then we'll ask for marriage. Okay. I pull cards when they flash at me for a reason. So this is why I don't pull cards in any random order. It's just I see images in cards, not just the pretty pictures. Okay, so will the relationship last? And will there be marriage? And I want to pull one out for this one. Well, thank you. Okay. Yes, it can. However, I will say this right off the back. He's still hung up on somebody else. Well, two people. The problem is she's very controlling. She's very determined. She knows what she wants. She's very determined. Okay? She knows what she wants. She's not a person to fool around. She's very direct. She's very straight. She's a very direct person. Okay? But he's kind of still has feelings. There's two around there. So he may choose. He has feelings for someone else. So let's see later how that is. He may choose to leave. He may choose to stay. There is the possibility, however, again, we're dealing with a situation where there is some stubbornness here. It can happen. Absolutely. It could be one of those same things. They get married and then it's, here's what needs to happen for him to do that. Number one, he needs to feel comfortable with loving, and being that he right now has a hard time of he's kind of still dealing with his own selfishness. This is what's happening. He also has feelings of an ex he needs to release, of someone he had feelings for, okay? Because this person really isn't his true love. This is more of it would be a marriage of convenience, but this doctor is is not true love. This is not a soulmate. This is not a twin flame, whatever you want to call it. So unfortunately, what I will have to say with that, it would be a marriage of convenience and status. Okay? If it does go that way, it's just that he still has feelings for someone. She's determined. She knows what she wants. For her, fine, let's go. But as far as for him, he's still dealing with torn in between. I can't really explain more of that to you because, again, I don't know their whole history. I don't know their whole drama. So the next one was Monica Vaswani is currently dating restaurant owner named Rishi Karamchandani. Overall energy surrounding their relationship, overall outcome. Okay, so let's see what we can get about Monica Vaswani. The problem is I don't have her full name to do her soul mission, so I'll do her personality because I'm sure she has more names than just Monica Vaswani. So for Monica, her personality is a 189, which means she's a very individual person. She's a person who also is, I am me. I don't like to follow what everyone does. I do me, okay? All I care about is what I like, what I want to do. But 8 is also, she's also a very person who also is learning, she likes material security. She likes financial security, okay? It doesn't mean that she's selfish or greedy, no. She just likes basic material security. So what does that mean? She wants to have her house, she wants to have her car, she wants to be able to have her hair done, she wants to be able to buy shoes, things like that, okay? But she also has a 9, which 9 is a person who, in general, tends to suffer with losses, which means things are always stay around her, okay? It could be she comes from, she could have had issues as a child of loss with parents. Again, I don't know these people, and that could very well, I don't watch this, I can't tell you. It could be very well divorce, as a young child or whatever. It could also be the fact that friends don't stay long. It could be that she's a person who's frequently taken advantage of. because, you know, people look to her. They play the victim and she falls in, and that's the problem thing. It's always a number. It's a personality of always letting go of things, but she definitely doesn't like to follow. And maybe the reason why is because if she worries about herself and she doesn't do what others want her to do, a lot of people won't hang around with her. So there's a constant loss of people in her life for that aspect, okay? Or just things don't last long for her. So it's always one of those 1 step forward, 10 steps back type of situations. What is my dog doing back there? Blanca. All right, sorry. My dog is doing some weird stuff back there. That's, again, the personality. That's not her soul. Her life missions, let's see. We're going to 2020. This year, again, she's definitely with relationships, dealing with family relationships, people type of relationships. Again, it's a number of loss, but she's becoming a little more spiritually aware. So this year, she's been a little more sensitive. She's been in a situation where she's trying to do more for others as well. This is her karmic year. Please don't confuse it with anything else, okay? 2911, karmic numbers, not age. That's not her age, okay? I'm not talking about her age here. But next year, she's going to enter more into looking definitely about 2-0 falling 2. So she's going to have either issues with relationships, or she's going to be forming stronger relationships. She's going to be looking more to deal with more people than being alone for herself. 2022. I'm sorry, guys. The spiritual energy really does drain me. So that's why I don't like to do as many. 2022, she's in a 314, which means she's going to be more in a creative year. So let me back up. 2022, it may be when she focuses more on her relationships and settling down. Okay. 2021, excuse me, next year coming up. 2022, she's going to have some creative endeavor. She's going to go back to herself of what she wants to do artistically. And she's also going to have discipline, because she's going to be in a 4, which means she's going to either have to really keep things in order, keep things straight, keep things, disciplined. Or she's going to have the number of procrastination, and she's going to be slacking, having a hard time with her career or whatever it is, okay? Depending too much on others. The Rishi Karim Chandani, and I hope this is his full name. Now, interestingly enough, this person is a 22. He's a very, how can I explain this? A very spiritual person, which means he's also very sensitive, because that's a higher number. He's very sensitive. He's very sensitive to others. And with him is people can misidentify him in the sense of he tends to either like you or not like you from the beginning. Okay. He has to learn a lot of spiritual lessons based if this is his full name. He either likes you or he doesn't like you. He doesn't hide it very well. Okay. But he's also a very giving person, because he's also a person who has to learn spiritually, do good by others. And if he's not doing that, then life is going to teach him very hard lessons, okay? But overall, he has that sense of, and again, I don't know these people, I've never watched the show, so just understand I'm pulling numbers here. He has that sense of, sometimes he can come off very hard with people. Yeah. Well, I don't think, there's going to be changes in that relationship. Let's see what happens. He can come off very hard with people, but it's just because he picks up on people's energy. So either he likes you or he doesn't like you. It's straight up from the back. He has a hard time faking. Let's put it that way. So that's on them. I don't have his date of birth, so I can't give you his karmic cycles. So let's go back to the questions. The question was Monica Vaswani and Rishi Karmajandani. Overall energy surrounding their relationship. What will the outcome be? Will the relationship last? And do we see marriage in their future? Okay. Let's see. And then the next questions were Brian and Monica, but excuse me, guys. Brian, Benni. Overall energy regarding the relationship. Do you see them ever dating? If so, will it lead to marriage? If not, why not? What is holding them back from crossing the line of friendships? Okay, so let's focus on Rishi and Monica. Overall energy surrounding their relationship. Sorry, this is a long video, but it's a lot to cover. All these retros are making me more tired too, that are going on. Just a reminder, guys, we have a nice, wonderful Halloween, Blue Moon. I'm going to be going over rituals for that one that are very important, okay? There is very strong feelings for for each other right now. They definitely do have strong feelings, okay? They definitely do have strong feelings for each other. This is also, I'm going to tell you, a very spiritual, and again, he's a spiritual person, so you see where I'm getting at. They're either it's definitely a karmic, it's definitely a soul relationship here. I don't want to say soulmate, but they definitely have a spiritual connection. There's definitely something karmic that they're meant to be together, and they are together at this time, okay? So it's very clear to me here that they definitely are that. The problem is that she also has situations, she's got blocks up herself. She's kind of deciding here, I'm not sure, because of things that she's dealt with in the past, but she's also kind of struggling with her own emotions right now. So what I can tell you is, yeah, he's definitely here to teach her something spiritually. That's what he's meant to do. He's a spiritual teacher, because 22 also is one of those. He's a spiritual teacher here. So he's also meant to teach her something, okay? Are they meant to? Let me ask the question directly, because right now it's like the direction, yeah, they are in love, there is a direction, but there's some influence in here. So let me find out what that influence is. There's definitely some type of influence in here that could cause this relationship to end. That's the only thing I don't like. I don't know if it's a spiritual it's like a spiritual energy, which I don't know if it could be one of his exes or her exes, but there's someone there who is not happy they are together. So let's try to figure this one out. Will the relationship last, and do I see marriage in the future? So let's just ask those two questions straight out. The only thing I don't like is I see someone is not happy about that relationship, and it could be one of their exes who's trying to intervene. I see someone trying to intervene in that relationship. So I can't tell you right off who the back, yeah, it's confirming me. There's some type of either jealousy, envy, magic. Somebody's doing something that doesn't want this. Yeah, see, again, this is a these two have such a spiritual connection here. And that's because he has spiritual numbers. So, like I said, he either likes them or he doesn't like them. So he knows spiritually he's supposed to be there. So will the relationship last? And what I don't... Oh, God, that's even giving me a headache. Wow. Oh, the energy that is influencing. If anybody knows them, tell them to see me, because they definitely need to... Ooh. There's some bad influence there on that relationship. If somebody does not want or like them together, somebody has an evil eye is the only way I can say it, or doing some type of ritual or something, because I'm getting a really bad headache from it. Oh my goodness. Wow. That happens very rarely. All I can tell you, I haven't seen these people. I don't know, but there's definitely an evil eye, bad wishes, bad energy, black magic, something is impacting that relationship. So let's see, will the relationship last? Do I see marriage? Well, not at the point this is going, because what I'm picking up is giving me a bad headache, and that is not good. It can, if they get help. Yes, if they get the help, that spiritual help. If they do not, it will end. That they are, I'm going to tell you that this is probably, Watch the video that I talked about different soulmates, okay? This is definitely a flame connection, okay? Soul, they definitely have some type of soul karmic relationship. There's no ifs and buts about it. But there is someone who does not want them together, okay? There's, and this is telling me right here. This is the influence right here. This is where I'm telling you, okay? There's too much bad energy of someone wanting to breaking up. Could they get married? Yes, they could, but they need divine intervention. They need spiritual help. Otherwise, it's not going to last. So if someone knows them, send them. Yeah, see, here's the magic being done. That is the influence. So if the marriage ends, if they don't get married, it's because there's definitely bad influences here. There's someone doing something to separate them. And there's a lot of jealousy, evil eye. A lot of people have very bad minds that can think horrible thoughts. And this is the problem with being an artist, because you're constantly in the spotlight. And people want to know about your life. And people, if they don't want you with the person, they send that bad energy. So see why you guys can't do that, okay? Because this is the problem with being an artist. You attract all that negative energy. Being in the media, you attract all that negativity. You attract all that bad energy. So, guys, all I can say is say prayers for them. Because, yeah. All right. So, will they get married? I pretty much answered that. I want to see what their relationship is here. Will they get married if they get help? He's a spiritual person. I'm sure he will feel it. So, I hope he does. They definitely have a soul or twin flame connection, because it's definitely a spiritual connection that they have. Definitely spiritual connection. That relationship was meant to be, and no matter what, but it doesn't mean, unfortunately, will they stay? You know, staying optimistic, they really need to, they really need a lot of positive energy. They're worth, yeah, I mean, yeah, this could be the one. Are they meant to be? Yes. Unfortunately, will they because of bad influence? I don't know. If someone knows them, send them my way, or please tell them to get some spiritual help with someone, because if anyone knows them, that's all I can say. Because there's definitely some bad influence. Now, back to the last question. Monica confessed to Brian that she liked him, but at that time he wasn't ready to be in a relationship. Really? Yeah, no surprise, because I can see that here. But now she's no longer interested and prefers to remain friends, but they never dated. Okay. So, however, there's chemistry between them that's undeniable. Okay. Overall energy surrounding their friendship, overall outcome, do you see them ever dating? If so, will it lead to marriage? If not, why not? What's holding them back from crossing that line? Okay, well, let's see what I can get here. So this is between Brian and Monica Vaswani. Okay, and they've been friends for over 15 years. A lot can change in 15 years. So what overall is the energy surrounding their friendship? And sorry guys, this is a long video, but we are covering a lot. No. Okay. It's a friendship because they both, no. Mm-mm. There's chemistry, yes, but no. There's no. There's definitely nothing here for them. Okay. So that chance, way gone. Chance is way gone. Okay. She has made a decision because one thing, she did not like being rejected. Okay. So she's still holding that grudge. As much as there's chemistry, she's still holding that grudge against him. Okay. She's also knows, let's just say, too much about him. So whatever he was doing in the past, she doesn't like that. So right now, she is more comfortable with what her current relationship is. So, I mean, they're friends. They're fine. They're professionals. Okay? There's more professionals here than anything else. But as far as anything else, no. It's like, this is like she's very resentful. She may not show it, but she's very resentful for that kind of rejection. Okay. Do I ever see them dating? Let's find out. And if it says no, then we won't have to ask about marriage, right? It's sometimes you see these friendships in social media that they put, but they really don't exist. She's very resentful towards him because not all women like rejection at the time. No matter what the reason is, it's just they don't like it. So sometimes you see that chemistry, sometimes you see it, but it's still like they're playing to the audience, and that's what good actors do. They really do play to the audience. And they're going to give you what you guys want to see. This is why I tell you, if my cards are saying, she's still holding on to grudges. No, I don't see them dating. No. Each one has gone their separate ways. She's focused on what she has now. She's also trying to focus on her career. She's focusing on her happiness, her balance, her family. And no, absolutely no. So as far as marriage, no. And so I think I answered the question, what's holding them back from crossing the line of friendship is she's still resentful. She's still very, oh God, I'm getting my makeup all over my fingers. I'm very tired. I'm doing these late at night because this is the free time that I have to do these, okay? So I'm like already wiping up my makeup at night. That's what's holding them back from crossing the lines of friendship because she's still resentful. She holds some feelings, hurt feelings, I guess. And on top of that, from what I saw, but on top of that, she also knows, let's just say, when you're friends with someone, you can love them to death, but there's also, when you know their secrets, it's one of those things that you can love them as a friend, but you will never love them as for a relationship, if it makes sense. Okay? And obviously the connection is stronger with who she is now. And yeah, no, definitely no. No. There's nothing going to happen between them. Sorry. So I hope this helps. And again, to my supporter, I won't name the names because it doesn't like the attention, but I do appreciate your requests and always your support of the channel. All right, we'll talk soon. Bye.